Hey Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. It is the last Friday of the month, and so I try to always remember to welcome people who are new subscribers to my channel. So these are people who have the channels that they subscribe to listed publicly. So there are other people. I'm so glad you're here as well. Welcome. But I did just want to say hello to FVL, Anthony, who I think Anthony has already left at least one comment. So thank you so much, Anthony. Rhonda, Huye, Anna, Margaret, Trisha, Mary, Matthew, Nick, Sasha, and finally, last but not least, Jamie B's books. And Jamie B posted the booktube newbie tag this week. So I'm going to link to her channel down below. Please go check her out. She is feisty. It seems like she reads a lot of different things, and she also loves cats. So, there you go, right? But anyway, I will link to her channel down below. Please welcome her to Booktube. She's been making videos for a while, but hadn't made the Booktube newbie tag until this week. All right, so a reading update. Still, I hardly made any progress in Atomic Habits, which maybe says something about my habits. I don't know, but yeah. So, anyway, I am still reading these ghost stories by Joseph Sheridan, LeFanu. What I want to do, of course, I'm not going to do it right now, but I want to read Uncle Silas to see how Joseph Sheridan, LeFanu puts a whole novel together. Because these short stories they're starting to feel really like, there's this kind of pattern, and it's still like the creep factor is still excellent, but I also have not read the most famous story, which ironically isn't a ghost story, a Carmilla, which is a vampire story that predates Dracula. So I'm hoping, man, I'm gonna finish this, you guys. I'm gonna finish this. It may not be in October, but maybe early November. So yeah, but what I did finish was excellent. And I really, really want to encourage those of you who are interested in the Victorian period, in Victorian writers and thinkers of that time, and especially if you're kind of interested in, I almost felt like the five marriages in Parallel Lives by Phyllis Rose. With each chapter, I felt like I was seeing a different room in a dollhouse, or you know how like some dollhouses like have this like door that you open, and suddenly like this world comes rushing out at you. So I did this as a buddy read with Joe Smith, and it made for an excellent buddy read, which is not always the case with nonfiction, but we just had some fascinating conversations on there. This is a book I would have never known about if it weren't for Booktube. So one of you wonderful people told me about it. I put it on my wish list, and then someone got it for me, which again, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, because I probably don't, I mean, my husband keeps talking to me about this 80s cover. I loved this book. It's not perfect. She has like two little extra sections at the end, which really date the book. I think if she had just let us read about these 5 marriages, and just stopped, right? And just let us think about them and let us make up our own minds about them. And the thing that really blew me away was, you know, the whole time until we got to the end, as we were reading it, I'm just like, this is so fascinating. I didn't know this about the Victorians. And if anybody has any books to recommend to me about Victorian life or anything, like, I feel like there's a book out there that's like How to Be a Victorian or something like that. So please tell me in the comment section down below, because I really do want to read more about the real Victorian life, not just Victorian literature. We were very specific to, you know, thinking about them as Victorians. And then when we got to the end, I was like, do you know what? This is just a book about 5 marriages. I mean, it really is. The biggest difference, I guess, would be that women and men can get divorced, which was incredibly difficult, especially for women to do in the Victorian period. But I really want to tell you guys, if you're huge Victober fans, if you're huge Victorian literature fans, if you're fascinated by the Victorian period, you really need to track this book down. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. It's probably more like 4.5, just because of those last 2 sections. Just really, like, they weren't necessary. I wish she hadn't put them in there. But yeah, fascinating. I learned so much about George Eliot. Her real name, of course, was Marian Evans, and I might give George Eliot another try in the future. I've read one of her books. Didn't go over very well. So I know so many people on Booktube who love George Eliot, and the irony was, so last week I was like, oh my God, are all these marriages gonna be just nightmares? And are we gonna have one happy marriage? And I was saying that I was rooting for George Eliot, and do you know what? In just so much irony, she did have a happy relationship. They were never officially married. So, but I was glad for her, you know, when you see some of the other women in this book. Oh, wow, it's a little, it's just like, this is crazy. And one of the marriages, again, I felt was just very much like the ups and downs of all marriages. So anyway, I just really want to plug this book. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that. I just really want you guys to find Parallel Lives by Phyllis Rose. I promise you'll enjoy it. And it's a short, I think it's 270 pages long. Not counting maybe the introduction. And it was a good buddy read. It was a good buddy read. So this is where I've been investing a lot of my reading time, and of course Joseph Sheridan, LeFanu. So now we come to the part of the video that such mixed feelings about, but I am going to step back from Booktube for a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how long. I'm not disappearing though, okay? Like, I am not leaving. I am not leaving Booktube. I made a whole video earlier this year about how I cannot leave Booktube because the connections and the conversations and the relationships I've built on Booktube are so rewarding. I don't want you to worry about me. I don't want you to, nothing catastrophic has happened to myself, to Jason, to our families. Like, you know, this is like really like first world stuff that I just gotta work on a little bit. And because of my epilepsy, you know, a lot of my free time is either taking care of myself and managing my epilepsy and booktube. And I can't stop. And I know you won't begrudge me that. I can't stop taking care of myself. That has to march on. But the time that it takes to make these videos, to edit these videos, to upload these videos, to write the notes beneath them, to respond to comments, which I love. I love all of that stuff. Well, maybe not the editing part so much, but I really, really love interacting with all of you. And especially those of you who are new subscribers, like, don't go away, because I am not leaving. I'm just gonna step back for a little bit. You can still message me on Goodreads, on Instagram, on Voxer. So there are ways to reach out to me. And for sure, if nothing else, at the end of November, we're gonna have another one of these where I talk about what I have been reading, because I'm not gonna stop reading, right? I'm not gonna stop reading in November. I have 2 buddy reads that I'm absolutely 100% committed to reading. Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. The subtitle is Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teaching of Plants. And I'm doing this as a buddy read with Robin, and it ties very nicely into Nonfiction November. And I am 100% committed to this. And I am also going to be reading The Night Watch by Sarah Waters with the Gina from Gina Stand Your Books. So hopefully the last Friday in November I can talk to you about those books. And so yeah, I don't really know how to articulate this. I don't want to put a time on it. I'm just going to be stepping back. So like, I just only have so many hours in the day. And I know you guys get that. I totally know that you do. I just don't want this kind of, especially this Friday Reads community that we've created. I love it so much, and so I just hope that you will stick with me. And oh my God, December is one of the best months of the year on BookTube. So much fantastic content, incredible vlogging. I love the end of the year tags and videos about goals and plans for the next year. And so I will be there for all of that. And again, hopefully I won't be gone. You know, my goal is to not be gone for very long, but I will be away. I'm not going to be unreachable, but I may just have to give your comment like a heart. I'm sorry. Like, that's not my norm. That's not what I normally do. But I just can't, I just have some things I have to work on. I have to take care of. Just need a little bit more time. And unfortunately, like, I don't like it. I don't really want to do this. And I could come back in 2 weeks and be like, I can't live without this. So I don't know. But we'll just see how it goes. And yeah, but I'm still here. Okay. I hope that you will understand. And I hope that you'll be here when I come back stronger than ever. So, BookTube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will talk to you soon. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being part of my life. And again, I will be returning. So, we'll talk soon. Bye.